Located just north of New England, Montreal is well known by Americans as a party city. However, for 400 years, the province of Quebec has fought for the preservation of its language threatened by another which surrounds it. Still dominated by an Anglophone economy until the 1960s, the Francophones soon regained control.
Il y a eu un réveil nationaliste au Québec.
There was a national awakening in Quebec where people said it's not normal that in a province where 80% of the population is Francophone, all the immigrants are becoming Anglophone.
Deviennent anglophones.
Les immigrants choisissaient l'anglais comme langue d'enseignement.
Immigrants were choosing English as the language of instruction in a proportion of 80%. It became clear that with that kind of proportion, we were seeing a massive growth in the number of Anglophones in the long run.
It was for reasons such as these, as well as for Francophones having difficulty getting by in their own language, that the Loi 101, Law 101, was created, a law guaranteeing the existence of French and the right to use it, and an office that informed companies of their responsibility to make French dominant in business.
Notre rôle, c'est de bien les informer.
Our role is to well inform them. We also have to inform citizens and consumers of their language rights. Next, we offer language terminology assistance. We will, for example, put the Grand Terminology Dictionary online, which contains more than 3 million terms, which helps people use good French terminology and to use a French of high quality.
The Office Québécois de la Langue Française, or Quebec French Language Office, is located here on Sherbrooke Street West. A few meters ahead, the Saint-Laurent Boulevard separates the Francophone area of the city from the Anglophone area of the city. And it's not only the city that is divided. Francophones themselves are divided on the efficiency of such a law.
I'm divided about that because I understand that it helps them go to school and enter the workforce more easily. But at the same time, I'm for the freedom of choice, and I find it a bit odd to impose a language.
Another student expresses her feeling that the law is good, but often forgotten.
If I go to any other Canadian province or to the States, the language is English. If I start out in French, no one will understand me. We as Quebecois make the effort to translate into French all that is written in English. I think they could make the effort to write in French, especially since I don't have a choice but to write in English when in the Anglophone provinces.
Still, in efforts to preserve French, the Loi 101 requires French to be dominant on public signs, and many companies have bilingual packaging for their products. Some stores even have French names such as Marché Express, known as On the Run in Anglophone America, and the office supply store Bureau en Gros, known outside Quebec as Staples. But for some Anglophones, the law is getting a bit absurd.
I find it on a day-to-day basis kind of annoying. You want to go into a store, and if you're with your Anglophone friends, all the signs have to be in French, even though downtown basically everyone is Anglophone and speaks English.
Et c'est sûr qu'il y a chez les francophones un très fort sentiment national.
There is certainly among Francophones a very strong nationalist sentiment and identity associated with Quebec. For the majority of Francophones, they consider themselves Québécois first and Canadians second.
Québécois d'abord et Canadiens ensuite.
C'est vraiment parce que c'est au cœur de notre culture, c'est au cœur
It's really because it's the center of our culture and identity. It's what defines who we are.
Even though Montrealers live in peace, the existence of both languages continues to cause controversy. Reporting in Montreal, Grant Mukai, Inside Boston.